So you don't need to be picking stocks in order to build real wealth long term. Most people are actually better off not picking their own stocks, but in fact using different methods to have stocks picked on your behalf to make sure you have returns at least in line with the market, maybe even potentially outperform long term. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 different ways that you can potentially use if you wanted to do just that. But of course, first off, let's remind ourselves why picking stocks is so difficult. While picking stocks is very exciting, right? It's sexy to find the winning stocks and show your portfolio and how great of an investor you are. The reality is that 90% of retail investors long term, I'm talking about 10, 15 years, not 1 or 2 years, you might have a good year, but long term, underperform the index, the market overall, right? The S&P 500. That's just the statistical truth. And that's on top of the fact, if you wanted to pick stocks successfully long term, you would also have to spend quite a bit of your time to find those stocks, to do the research. Even with AI, you still need to spend time on that. And that can take precious time out of your day. And of course, lastly, the emotional stress also, right? If a stock goes down, by 10, 20, 30%, which happens, definitely will happen, you might have that emotional baggage with you. And overall, that is costing you as an investor because a lot of people then panic sell when the stock is down. And that's why they trail the market long term. The 5 different ways, we go through all of them and you'll find the timestamps in the video down below. So you can jump around to any of those that you want to. Maybe you're familiar with one or the other. I'm sure the first one, all of you should be familiar by now, but some of them you may not be that familiar about. Right, and starting off with the first one, and that's probably the easiest way for any beginner, and these are ETFs, exchange traded funds, right? I often speak about S&P 500. Now that's an index. You can't directly invest into the index, but you can invest into an ETF that mimics the index, and that's what ETFs are for. You can have big ETF providers like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, which is, for example, what I'm using. The SPY 5 is based on the S&P 500. You see that over here when I show you on justetf.com. That's basically my ETF of choice that I'm buying. Again, not buying recommendation. I'm just showing you how it works. I have a 0.03% management fee on that ETF. Super, super cheap. And yeah, it basically just follows and tracks the S&P 500. So as simple as it gets. Obviously, you're really diversified. You have 500 different stocks in there. You can even go with an all-world ETF where you have multiple thousand stocks in there. So it's really up to you. And it's really simple, right? You can even automate your investments, set it in your broker, what ETF you want to buy. Just make sure you send money into your broker. And then every week, every month, however you set it up, it just goes ahead and buys those ETFs on your behalf. And you don't have to pick any stocks. That's a great thing, right? If today NVIDIA is the most valuable company in the US, great. You're going to have higher weighting in NVIDIA. If, I don't know, in 5 years, NVIDIA drops down and we have another most valuable company, let's say maybe Google, right? Then you don't have to do anything. The ETF provider by themselves will update the weighting, the allocation of your money into that ETF and the different companies. All of a sudden, you will allocate more of your money into Google. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's really low effort, set it and forget it. So it's really probably the easiest way to get started. Doesn't mean it's the best way, but certainly the easiest. But of course, also don't expect market outperformance, right? Because you're technically, in the case of S&P 500, you're investing into the market. So if you're happy with market returns, I think it's a great way to go about it. Now that brings me to the second way, and that's stock picking services. So these are basically companies or services that are selling their expertise, their know-how. They spend hours after hours. All they do is researching stocks, analyzing them, and then recommending them which stocks could do the best in the future. They do that on your behalf and then share it with you. And in many cases, you ultimately have to action on their recommendations, right? It's not automatically done on your behalf and your broker. So it's a bit more hands-on, but also at the same time, often you can have a potential market outperformance. And here, for example, a tool I use on a daily basis called Seeking Alpha, absolutely great stock research platform. Any stock that I research, first thing I do is go over here on Seeking Alpha, just jump in here and you get some incredible insights. Really love the dashboard, the overview, the chartings are so simple, at the same time so powerful. The insight analysis from those writers over here, really love them. And things like rating summaries. You have the Seeking Alpha analysts over here, what Wall Street is saying and what the quant are saying. So these are their own algorithms basically that determine whether a stock is a sell, a hold, or a buy, and they've been surprisingly accurate. And in the case of Seeking Alpha, they do have different products. For example, top stocks, which they just came out in 2026 for the coming year. What are the stocks that they're recommending? They've been doing this for a number of years now, and here we have the overview of some of the historic stocks in 2023. If you would have bought all their stocks, you would have had a 73% return since then, while the S&P only returned 26%. 2024, you would be up 125% versus 25 from the S&P. And in 2025, you would be up 45% versus the 18 from the S&P. So clearly, they're doing something right. It doesn't mean every single stock pick in the future will outperform, but on overall, they have done obviously tremendously well. The same with the Alpha Pick subscriptions, where here you get expert-led and quant-led stock recommendations. And they started that in July 2022. And if you would have invested since then and bought and sold all the stocks that they recommended, you would have returned 284% versus the S&P only 82%, significantly outperforming the market. That's what I'm saying, right? You obviously pay for the services, but if you consider the cost versus potential returns, you get way more for your money. Now, once again, of course, they cannot guarantee those results. These are historic returns, but they definitely performed really well. You can see you get 2 new picks every single month. It's really quant driven, which I like. It's not one guy who wakes up and says, today I recommend you to buy XYZ. They really do their own research, but first and foremost, it's really driven by the numbers. What are the markets saying? How are they comparing to their competitors? How's the valuation? And that's what I really like about it. And you'll basically find that inside of Seeking Alpha. Unfortunately, I cannot show you all the stocks over here because obviously it's behind the paywall, so it wouldn't be fair to Seeking Alpha. But you can see over here the overall portfolio, how it's performed over time. And then if you scroll down, you see all the various companies, when they bought it, their rating, how much of the portfolio they're allocating. So it's really easy if you wanted to copy their own strategy. And they launched yet another service for stock picking, and it's called Seeking Alpha Pro. And that only started in June 2025, so less of a track record, but still, even that outperformed the S&P 500 quite significantly. So here again, you get stock picks sent to you via email. You can easily follow along. And what I like about it, you really get the full thesis. While with some of the other methods, like for example, ETFs and some of the other ways I'm going to show you in a second, you kind of just blindly following other people without really understanding what you're doing. So obviously this is a little bit more hands-on because you actually have to make those buys and sells yourself, but you also understand the rationale behind it, right? The thinking. You're a bit more involved, which is nice. Doesn't mean you have to do the homework. You just kind of follow along as like a passive investor, but it kind of educates you more about the rationale behind a certain investment decisions, which again, for some of you might be really appealing, while for others, it might be a little bit overwhelming. You might be better off with an ETF, right? So again, these are just different options. Not one is better than the other. It has to work for you, but the potential of outperformance is certainly here. And if you do want to try out Seeking Alpha for yourself, then I have a few links in the description down below, depending which subscription you want to try from them. Some of them even give you free trials, so you can check it out without paying anything. And if you decide to go for any of them, with my links, you get substantial discounts versus the official price. With this, we move to Robo-Advisors, and that has become really more popular in recent times, where you basically tell a robot or AI, so to say, your investment style and preferences, and based on that, it will put a certain portfolio for you together and even does the rebalancing in the future, and you don't have to worry about anything. So in a way, similar like an ETF, but here it's really bespoke for you. And for example, you could use an app like Revolut, who actually does offer robo-advisors. Many other brokers do as well, but that's just one that I found extremely easy to use. You can go into your Revolut app, click under Invest, and you see over here Robo-Advisor, and then you basically just answer a series of questions, and based on your answers, it will start building you a portfolio. You can obviously say what you're saving for, right? General investments, how much you want to invest. You just put an amount over here, whatever it is, right? I'm just giving you an example. When do you want to achieve your goal by? Obviously, we're long-term investors, many years in the future. So let's just pick an arbitrary date over here. What's your relevant investing background and so forth. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead. You can obviously go through if you wanted to answer for yourself and just go through what are your monthly expenses. So you just answer a couple of questions, and based on that, again, I'm just checking random options over here. Low risk, medium risk, high risk. Obviously, that's important, right? How risk averse are you? Let's say medium risk. Again, just a couple of questions you answer, and then based on that, you can see they recommend me aggressive growth portfolio. Now, I didn't really see what I ticked over here, but you get the idea, right? Just a couple of questions and you can get a nice proposal. You can see here the past 5 years, what it would have returned, 64%. Now, not bad, but again, compared to some of the previous stock picking services, technically underperformed. But I quite like the risk metrics, what this portfolio is about. You can even go into portfolio allocation, and you see here, it's 88% stocks, 10% bonds, which personally I wouldn't be buying, but again, you're more diversified, and 2% it keeps it in cash in interest. You can even click on here in the interest account where you get 2% now on bonds, which bond it goes, and then stocks also. You can see a couple of ETFs, mostly ETFs actually, I would say. So really well diversified. And the cool thing is it will also do the rebalancing, right? If one of those stocks grows massively while the other doesn't, it kind of automatically readjusts it according to your investment style and strategy that you told it in your answers over here. So it can certainly work. You can go ahead, select growth. You can confirm that you want to go ahead, create an account, and then all you do is just allocate your money towards it, and the robo-investor will basically take care of the rest. Now do keep in mind, often those robo-advisors, they're still going to charge you an additional fee. Now you're still going to have your ETF fee that I showed you over here, depending on which ETF. In most cases, it's going to be higher than 0.03%. The ones that they showed me in this case will be higher than that. And on top of that, you're still going to have that robo-advisor fee, right? in this case, that goes to Revolut or any other broker that you use. They're still going to charge you a small fee on top of it. So that's just something to keep in mind. So it's certainly an easy way to get invested, and you do have a little bit more control over your investment style than you would have with an ETF, right? Because some people may want to have a couple of ETFs, and in this case, you still have to automatically rebalance. In the case that the S&P 500 grows a lot and maybe the all-world ETF doesn't, you might have to reallocate some money from the S&P to the all-world ETF to kind of rebalance. That's something we regularly do. In this case, with Robo-Advisors, it will be done on your behalf. So that could be a good thing. But then again, obviously, historic returns may not be that high, as well as a small management fee on top of it is something to keep in mind as well. With this, we move to copy trading, which is something in the past that I always kind of laughed at and didn't really take serious. Especially one big company known for that is eToro. But I must say, having attended one of their diamond events where all the top investors are, as well as popular investors who are actually the ones making those trades, and then other people can copy them. Wow, I really changed my mind. If you head over to eToro into my portfolio, which I actually use now a lot, and we jump over here into the most copied by sector, you can see here some of the top performers. And in fact, I met this gentleman over here, Jeppe Kirk Bonde, really nice gentleman from Denmark. And look at their 2-year return, 76%. Number one most copied now, 36,000 people trust their money with this gentleman, up almost 100% over 2 years. I mean, absolutely crushing the S&P 500, right? So when people say it doesn't work, well, it certainly does. And let's click into one of them over here, the stats, and you can go back some time. You can actually see how they've done and performed historically. In his case, I mean, look at those years, since 2020, every year in the plus. I mean, just mind-boggling numbers, right? You can see how they do versus the S&P. So really detailed insights. You can see his portfolio actually, what he's invested in. So I really like how transparent it is. And all you do, if you wanted to copy him, go over here, click on copy, and you start copying all his trades. Now again, history is not a predictor of the future, but the fact that some of the top guys have invested successfully for so long, you can actually join their investing journey, which is really cool. In fact, my wife actually followed one of them and is already in the plus. So she really enjoys it because it's really easy to do. Now, keep in mind, some of those top guys, they have also minimum investment thresholds. For example, the top guys right now is around $20,000. Less than that, you cannot actually copy them. So if you're just starting off, that might be too much money for you to invest in, right? So in this case, if you want to have potential market outperformance, seeking alpha is significantly cheaper than having $20,000 to invest or to go with the ETF or Robo-Advisors. So that's something to keep in mind, but we can clearly see that copy trading should have a consideration if you want to do passively invest over time. And with this, we come to the last category, and that's what we call portfolio pies. That's actually been pioneered by Trading 212, who came up with their pies. And the cool thing is totally free, which by the way, I forgot to mention over here on copy trading, it's also totally free. There's no additional fee on it, which is really, really nice. So if I jump over to Trading 212, I can go into my portfolio and see over here, you can click into create your own pie. And then you have some options, right? You can either create your own pie, and in here, I can pick some stocks or ETF, whatever I want. I can really mix and match, which is cool. But that goes back to picking stocks, right? Which we said, in this case, we may not want to do ourselves. So you could also have models. So these are kind of pre-made models from other ETF providers, in this case, Wisdom Tree Core. So it's a bit more like a Robo-Advisor, sort of in a way, like a hybrid. So these are already pre-built, right? If I go into this, you can see what is in there. And somebody came up with that already. So if you like it, you can just easily select the pie and then say how much you want to be investing in, and boom, you're good to go. Or they have something called community-led pies or social pies. These are created by other Trading 212 users. Now, technically, anyone can build their own pie. And I think there's over 10,000 community pies. You can see some of the most popular ones at the top here, the almost daily dividends. For example, yes, let's click into the AI stocks over here. You can see what it's composed of, the different companies in there. You can read more about the pie creator. There's even updates. You see the holdings, how much weighting each of them has. And if you're good with it, click next. And then if you want to change the weighting, you could or not, click on next, and then say auto invest, obviously. So it's bought every single time on your behalf. You don't have to manually do it, which is a good way to go about it. And then say how much you want to invest initially. And then you can change if you want to invest every day, every week, every second week, monthly, whatever you want to do it, how many years, set next, and it will go ahead and invest as per that setup. Now, if those Magnificent 7 changes once again the weighting, it will be done on your behalf. You don't have to do anything. So it's a cool hybrid model between the different ones that we spoke about. So it could be a little bit confusing which one to go with. So I made a little flowchart for you to kind of see which might be the best for you. So if you're the kind of investor who wants zero effort, don't want to spend any time on it, and you don't want to optimize or outperform the market, you just want market returns, well, in this case, you can go ahead with ETFs. Set and forget it, choose a broker, send your money there, and you'll be good to go. I think it's probably the easiest way to invest. Now, if you do want zero effort, but you want a bit of optimization and maybe customization, then a robo-investor could be good, right? Because you once answer a couple of questions, and then the robo-advisor decides on your behalf what way to invest in, because even ETFs, you still have to pick your ETF, right? Which ETF to go with. Here, the Robo-Advisor does basically everything. And again, it may outperform or not. Hopefully it does. It's not guaranteed, but that could be a way for you to go. Now, if you do want to have some involvement into your investments, which I always am a fan of, right? Doesn't mean that you spend every day hours to research, but a little bit to understand at least what's going on with your investments generally is time well spent. Now, if you want to learn the why behind certain investments, I generally think stock picking services like Seeking Alpha, because they really have such great analysis, insights, regular updates, I think is the best way for you to go about. Now, historically, they have outperformed the market. So if that's you, I think that could be a great way for you to go about it. But if you want to be involved a little bit without having to understand or read too much about it, then you have two other options. One, as I showed you last, was the portfolio pies from Trading 212. You pick your investment methods and then it's kind of on autopilot. You do get updates once in a while. You can go into the pie, and the pie authors often, they do regular updates as well as part of the community pie. And as a second alternative, you do have eToro, for example, with their copy trading feature. Those professional investors, they need to have a license actually, and they also give regular updates as part of the requirement for them to be listed on eToro, that they do give, I think, at least once or twice a week updates to the investors. So you kind of still understand a little bit why they make certain decisions, why they bought a stock, sold a stock. So that's also kind of nice way to passively still be involved in your investments. There's no right or wrong. It has to work for you. For some of you, it might be also a combination of both, right? Maybe you have some ETFs and maybe some stock picking services, or some ETFs with some copy trading, right? I think it's a nice way to kind of mix and match, try what works for you. But I generally think it's amazing that we do have these various ways of investing available to us as retail investors. Well, there you have it, friends. Hope you found this video insightful, but I'm interested to hear from you. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite way? If you tried any of the ones that I talked to you about in the past, happy to hear from you. Next up, check out this video over here. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.